To actually pass a Profirm challenge account, you need to understand these key things: the lot size, the asset that you'll be trading, the margin, and the leverage that they're giving you on this account. Then you need to also understand the maximum amount of money that they're giving you in terms of risking. In this case, if they say 10% of 200K, 100K, 50K, then you need to understand that and the daily loss that they are giving you or allowing you to actually take. Now, if you're a beginner, you don't know what's happening here, I will explain so that you understand and you get on board with us. This is what nobody shows you. I want to explain here so that you do better and you pass the challenge account or you pass the competition. If you are broke, you are a beginner, you don't know, you don't have money, you don't know what to do, how to start forex trading, you don't have money, please pay attention also. Now, what you have to do, let's cover for beginners. What's a Profirm? What's a Profirm? A Profirm is like it's a company like a broker, because when we're looking in terms of the Profirm, a Profirm gives us funding, and they also run competitions where you can participate, but you need to have the trading skill. You need to have the trading skill. So what you have to do as a beginner, if right now you're still confused what step that you need to take before we actually move to the advanced stuff, go to our YouTube channel, open YouTube, and subscribe to Bozza Trader. Click here on these links, scroll all the way down, you'll be able to see get funding. All right, now here you get funded, you get money for free, but this money, you get a demo money. Once you click that link, it will land you in this page. Here on this page, you will get a free trial demo account. This free trial demo account is for you to test how the trading environment when you're using the MetaTrader 5. Now we also have what? We also have, if you click here, we also have competitions that you can join and enroll. I want you to pay attention. It's simple. Once you enroll, you scroll all the way down, you'll see enroll here, and you enroll. That's simple. Now once you've enrolled, they'll send you the details for logins. You check your email and all that. But for you to register a trading account, it's simple. So you can say this is one for August. You can also enroll here. You're only left with 1 day, 17 hours and all minutes and so on. But then once you've registered the account, you get the funding. You can scroll all the way down. If you like to check for winners, this is for April. You can see the winners who have won, and you can see here we have Nobi that won $2,000 cash and a trading account which is a Stellar Light. Now, a Profirm give us funding. If right now you're still like, okay, I want to look for the current, maybe for June, you can also look for June. There's one who actually Samuel, they won $5,000 in cash. You need to provide that you have the skill, you have what it takes to actually trade here. You can also buy the account. You can also buy the account to trade. Now once you buy the account, what you're actually doing, we click here, click accounts. What you're doing, you can say start challenge. Now what you're really doing here, you're buying what I call the risk. You're only buying the risk, which is purchasing power. You can click Stellar 2, step 2. Now they give you funding. You see here they give you $6,000 and you only pay $60. But if you are careful enough, you know what's happening here. You will pay attention to hear what I'm talking about. You see, they allow you a maximum overall loss of 10%, which is $600. So what, in actual sense, you are just giving them $60 and they will give you $600 for you to trade with. Now, if you scroll all the way down, they have rules that they will refund you this money should you follow these rules and pass phase 1 and phase 2 challenge account. Then if you continue to trade with them, you will actually, the profit that you make on this account, you'll be able to withdraw it up to what, 95% of what you make, the profit that you make. So now let's get into the advanced stuff for those who are actually struggling to pass a challenge account. Now, to pass a challenge account, the key things that I've mentioned here is the lot size, the asset that you're trading, and the margin with the leverage here that is offered by the broker. Now, the last thing that you need to also pay attention is to the maximum amount of money that they are giving you. So now, to do this in a practical way for everybody to understand, and if you are still a beginner, you're still confused, let me know on the comment section below. Comment, Bozza, I'm confused. And I want to mention why most traders fail the challenge so that we get to understand what's happening here. Now let's look here. Let's look at our chart here, so that I mention what's happening here. Everybody can see and understand. We have what we call over leveraging, right? Over leveraging. Over leveraging simply means that you are using many position. You have opened many position that you have stacked here. Now, this is a no-go zone area. You don't over leverage. When you over leverage, you will see also what you will see the margin here will go to 100, and free margin here. You will see that you have used the whole capital. So, over leveraging, it's a no-go zone area. Trading every setup that you see, which is one. Number two, every setup that you see, it's a no-go zone area. Revenging the market, it's a no-go zone area. Switching strategies mid, no-go zone area. Right, now let's get into how to actually really pass this challenge account, so that you understand what you need to do. Here I'm going to share my blueprint, the Bozza blueprint, for you to pass any PropFirm account. Step number one, we have to select the asset. As I've mentioned, we have to select the asset. We go to codes, we choose the asset that we would like to actually trade. In this case, I recommend the gold. I also recommend the Nasdaq. You can trade the Nasdaq, the stock index here. Now, once you've selected that, that's step number one. You pick one asset. Now, we'll use this, for example, the USD JPY, and I want to actually get into the 124 RR, so that you understand what's happening here. Now, remember, we've mentioned that if you click trade, you will see the balance, right? When we risk in Forex, you get something like risk 1% of your money. Probably you've heard that many times, but do you really know what's happening here with the 1%? Because some of you will say that I need more money. Then you have money now. You have the funding accounts. Now, the 1% simply means that you don't count it based on the balance here. You count it based on the overall risk. If they say they're allowing you to risk 10%, then if you risk 1%, that means that you're risking 1% of what you have. Let's in this case, if you go to this account, you go to Chrome, this account that they're giving us, because even if you're still on the competition, you still need to pass this information. You need to actually use this information. Now you can see that the maximum overall risk here is 10%. So you count it based on what? On the 600. You say 600, you use your calculator and you say the 600 times 1%. So you need to risk what? $6. So it is not recommended to actually purchase or get a small account. Just like the competition, they're giving you 100,000. So in the 100,000, if they're giving you 100,000 on the competition, and you say times by what? Times by 1%, 10% maximum risk, they're giving you 10,000 to risk, and then you say times by what? By 1%. Then you can risk what? $100 now. Then we'll get into the 1:4. This is the easiest way for you to actually understand. Now, if you go back to Chrome, we scroll all the way, we go back to the plans, and we want to understand the accounts that we have. In this case, if we go to here, competitions, I want us to look for something so that you understand much better. We say profile here. We click profile, and this is the account that we have. You can see it has 100K here, initial balance. Now, this is our account that we can use on MT5, right? And now, since we have the 100K here, the trading rules is that we have to risk only what? Only 10%. Only 10%. Everything will be monitored there, and there are rules that you can check here, and you follow that. It's simple. Now, if you're risking 10% of what? Of 100K, that will be your 10K. And now, that's your step number one. Step number two, right? Which is giving you more risk to reward ratio, right? Or you can risk without any difficulty, without having any issue. Now, our step number three is to trade sessions. If we're trading Forex, we have to choose the session that we would like to trade. In this case, I recommend that we trade on the London or New York session. And London, it's simple. You open your MetaTrader 5. You open your MetaTrader 5. You go to section chart. For those who don't know about sessions, if you check the time here, now it's actually what? A London session. The London session will start at 8 o'clock in the morning, South African time. But if there is we have a light saving time, it will start at 9 o'clock in the morning. So if you're in a different country, 6 hours ahead, you add. If you are 6 hours behind, you minus. Simple. So now, if you use your MT5, it will show you. It's that simple. But for those who need some clarity in trading sessions and all that, I have tutorials that I provide in this channel whereby you learn more. Now let's go through our step number 4, which is the highly most important one. This one of 1:4 RR. I want to explain that so that you understand how to actually win. Now, to pass a Profirm challenge account, we have to use a higher RR, which is risk to reward ratio. Now, how do we understand risk to reward ratio? This is the most simplest basic format for you to actually understand risk to reward ratio. We are risking $100 to profit $400. This is what a 1:4 RR means. So if right now we win 8 trades, we have to also understand how much are we actually expected to make in the challenge account that we purchased. But if we are in the competition, we have to make more than that, because there are many people participating. So you need to make more than that so that you can stay on the top 10 or top 1%. Now, if you've purchased the account, let's understand the 1:4 RR, because risk management is important. If you times the 400 by 8, right? You times the 400 by 8, you use your calculator, you times it by 8, you actually get you say 400 times by 8, you get 3,200. This is in dollars. Now, if you lose 8 times here, if you lose 8 times the opportunities, right? You say 8 times, which means you have lost your win ratio. Win ratio is 50-50. So your win rate is 50% actually. Your win rate is 50%. You lose 50% of the time, you profit 50% of the time. But now let's actually look at in terms of that, so that you understand why risk management is important there and how you can apply it. Now, if you say 100 times by the 8, you get what? You get 800, which means your risk here will be 800. Your risk here will be what? Will be 800. Remember, you're still below what? You're still below the 10%. And now you've profited this much. You can increase it, you can double it, which means you can risk 200, you can risk 400, but your R here can stay at 4, can go up. For me, on personal basis, for me, based on my personal experience, I risk in this way: 1:2, 7, 8, 10, and I go as high as 20, depending on the setups that I actually have, because I aim for sniper entries. Now, let's look in terms of you here. If you lose 800 8 times, if you risk and you profit 8 times, you win 3,200. Now, where do you get all this? We can't just make these prices up. We have to understand the asset that we are trading. Understanding the asset that we're trading, we have to understand first the strategy that we are applying. If we go to our MetaTrader 5 and we open our MetaTrader 5, we go to section charts. This is maybe, let's say, gold. This is gold actually, right? Let's say we are trading the trend line, break and retest. We go to H1, right? For you, understand the time frame. Please understand time frame. The higher time frame will give you a higher win risk to reward ratio, because if you use 4 hours, right, which is 4H or H4, when you get an entry here, let's say you're expecting to take exit here, right? We're expecting to take the exit here. We're expecting to take the exit here. You can see the profit here. We are risking $200 just to profit 600. You can see how important is that. So it is important to apply this way to understand risk. So when you apply strategy, let's say you're applying supply and demand, you are using the zones, you're using support resistance, you're using the ICT, which is including the order blocks, and also looking at the fair value gap, mitigation, or the breaker blocker and all that, then you need to understand what time frame, because time frame, where you get a time frame, it will show you the structure. Once you get the structure, you are able to see that, okay, for this month, and make sure that you also click settings here. If you're using an iPhone, you click that, make sure that you check period separators, and then you go back. so that you can scroll all the way back. You look for this week. If you're in 4 hours or H4H, how many opportunities do you have in this week? If you do not see any opportunities, then that means that you can now change a strategy. So in this case, if right now we want to trade you want to trade the zones, it was not going to be simple for you to trade the zones here. But if you are playing the indicators, it was going to be simple, because if you check this week, if you are trading chart pattern, you have your head and shoulder here, which you were able to take entries. But if right now you had none of that, then it was going to be not going to be simple. But here's what I see here. Here's what I see. Here's what I see. All right, let's actually move our line here. I see something here. I want us to actually focus on doing the analysis at the same time. Let's change pixel, click save, and scroll all the way down up here. All right, I see a break here, but we had no retest here. We have a break here. We had no retest above there. So this simply means that last week there was nothing, because this separator is separate last week, but the previous week before last week, which is, I'm not sure if that actually makes sense to you, we had no entries. We had no what? We had no entries, so we couldn't take any trade setups. We couldn't take any trade setups. So I trust you to understand what you need to do in terms of trading and passing the challenge. Now, the realistic game plan to pass a challenge account, right? If you trade in this way, you will pass the challenge account. You will pass the challenge account. And please avoid these deadly mistakes, taking trades without confirmation. If right now you want to trade these areas, these zones, you must trade with confirmation. Now we have a point of interest here, right? We had what? We had a lower price here where we had a zone. We had a what? We had a liquidity sweep. It went up. We had a fair value gap, which means here we had a buy entry. We had exit here, but we need to also apply what the time frame. A smaller time frame for us to confirm an entry, and a bigger time frame to actually find direction where we are going. We can still use the hard time frame, though the hard time frame is not recommended for you to actually pass or use, all right? Because if you use the hard time frame, you'll be risking too much. So this is what you have to do. One asset, use a proven startup. That is, you're not chasing any big profits, right? You general everything down, and that's all for now. So I trust you understand as to how to pass the Profem challenge account. It's that simple. You don't rush. You take your time. What works for you cannot work for someone else. But if you actually understand what you need to do, then you are in a better position. So I love you all. Stay blessed.